Hello, all of you co-creators and miracle makers all around the world. I'm going to pick up where we left off. This will be the second part of the abundance series. The first part was about what is truly an abundant life. This part is actually going to be a key component in aligning with the creation and the living of an abundant life, and it's opening to receive as well as living in flow. So let's get started. I'm going to begin with some questions, and I want you to be honest as you begin to answer these questions. Do you actually believe that you deserve to receive, that you're worthy of it, that you're good enough to receive? Or do you believe by chance that giving is actually better than receiving? Or do you feel that receiving is a sign of weakness? Just spend a few moments and contemplate the truth behind these questions for you. And it might be unique for everyone. And what we're going to do from here is we're going to just share some stories that will help hopefully clarify why receiving is such an incredibly important piece in the creation of an abundant life. Because we know that to live an abundant life, that the word in itself is about opening to be able to receive that abundance, whether it's an abundance of love, an abundance of health, an abundance of joy, but it's also an abundance of money and finances. So let us first dive then into a story about myself. Because when I was growing up, I learned to become a people pleaser. And in the process of people pleasing, I also learned to become an overgiver and an over nurturer. In fact, I did this because I thought that it would give me a sense of being more worthy, feeling more loved, being more included, feeling more accepted. But in the process, I had truly forgotten what it is to receive and to receive gracefully, not with guilt. What happened though is through my cancer healing journey, I had to learn how to receive. And my invitation is that each and every human being learn to open to receive before it's needed, but rather because it's a way that we were intended to live this life. So let me share what I mean by that. Some years ago, a little divine voice said to me, Shenal, you know that every breath you take should be a reminder to you of the balance of receiving and giving. You see the balance. When we come into this world, we know that the first thing we do is we open to receive and we inhale. And the last thing we do before we leave is exhale. There in itself, at the bookends, is balance. And now every breath also includes the inhale and the exhale. Now, if we notice, the inhale is actually the process of receiving because we're bringing in, taking in, receiving oxygen to sustain life here on earth. And every exhale is actually a process of letting go. But it's also actually a process of giving back because you see the carbon dioxide that we don't need in excess in our body is exhaled out and given back to the planet for the plants. So every breath we take is a reminder of receiving and of giving and how crucial that is in sustaining life here on earth. So why would that be any different when it comes to living and creating a fully abundant life? Now I am running a masterclass that's coming up very soon. And it is all about abundance. It's about money relationship. It's about opening to receive, and it's about being in flow. And I would love for you to click that button below and join us, the circle of co-creators, the members and non-members, all of us together can actually raise the energy and vibration of receiving and flow and living that abundant life. Now, for today, I'm going to ask that you do two things that can help you to open to receive and also to come back into flow. Well, let's talk about flow for a moment before I actually share with you what to take home as to do items. Everything in life also is in flow. In fact, everything in the universe has motion to it, even when we can't see it with our naked eye. It's in flow. You see, oxygen flows through our body. There is blood that circulates and flows through our body. Our lymphatic system has flow. Money is intended to flow. Love is intended to flow. Anything that attempts stagnation or imbalance actually creates stuckness in our life. So I want you to be able to bring in the energy and the willingness to open to receive and the willingness to live life in flow, because this is crucial in the living of an abundant life. So, two homework assignments, as I had mentioned. First and foremost, I want you to begin to journal. Write down the things that you can remember from your childhood. Write down the things that you have observed, that you have learned along the way. Perhaps even some ancestral patterning about receiving versus giving. Begin journaling what your thoughts and feelings and memories are about the energy of receiving. And then, once you become clear of where those stuck points might be, I want you to then begin to open up and shift those thoughts, shift those emotions of guilt or of shame about receiving or of weakness. And that process will begin to open up the channels for receiving. The second exercise is an exercise of awareness around your breath. It is suggested that with every breath we take, we expand the front and the back of our chest. However, most of us walk around when we're not aware, and I want you to pay attention for yourself. In fact, take a moment, breathe in and breathe out, and observe and become aware. Am I breathing into the front of my chest mostly? Is that what's expanding? Or am I fully expanding the front and the back of my chest, truly the front and the back? Because it's suggested that when we breathe into the front of our chest, it's a representation of a process that our heart and our lungs do, which is to give. It's the energy of giving from the front. But the back of the chest represents, as we open it up, it represents the receiving, the coming in. And so then what happens is when we begin to breathe and we open up and we expand the front and the back of our chest, what we're really doing is we're saying, I'm ready to balance. I'm ready to expand that part of myself into a balance of receiving and giving. And you see, when this happens, there's actually flow. It's like things can come in and then they can move forward. And what I have noticed for myself, but also for so many people that I've worked with, whether it's about changing a career so that you can have a more abundantly joyful life and financially free life, or it's about accelerating a career, or it's about increasing finances, or it's even about bringing in a more loving relationship, or even vibrant health. I will say to you, everyone is generally called into the space to open back up to receive and to learn to live in the flow. Now, if you're liking what you're hearing, then please hit the like button, subscribe so that I can share more and more free content with all of you, and share so that others too on this journey, individually and collectively, can raise their energy and begin to experience the abundant life that we're actually all here to experience. I look forward to seeing you soon. Stay tuned because there is more to come on this abundance series. The next video is going to be about money mindset. It's going to be about ancestral patterns and thoughts that we've accumulated around money and money relationship and an abundant life. So I look forward to seeing you then. And until then, may you expand the front and back of your chest as you breathe in and breathe out. May you balance the receiving and the giving in your life. And from my heart to yours, may you be blessed with an abundant life. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.